Hello, my name is Reverend Nancy Wilson, and I'm proud to be the moderator of Metropolitan Community Churches. And at one time, I was also very proud to be the pastor of Founders Metropolitan Community Church, which was then known as MCC Los Angeles. And Glen Payne, happy 91st birthday. Oh my goodness. We actually met probably a little over 3 years ago, before I was pastor of the LA Church. But when I became pastor in 1986, you were the treasurer of the church, as I recall. And it was a kind of a bit of a harrowing thing to be the treasurer of MCC Los Angeles in those days on Hill Street, and big responsibilities and never enough money to cover the bills. And I think about several things. First of all, Glen, you were several decades older than me, and had this young pastor. I was 35, and yet you were so very kind to me, supportive, wonderful, and we kind of shared that burden around the finances on a daily and certainly weekly basis. I remember the little brown paper bag of cash that would sometimes just be pushed through the little mail slot that would save us some weeks and some months, and all of that. I remember you being there through our move to Culver City and becoming a deacon in the church. I remember the day we had to rush to the hospital when Jose was so ill, and seeing you not only as a deacon and a treasurer and a faithful member of the church, but also as a partner. And I know how much you loved Jose, and he was the love of your life. And I have many wonderful memories. I think of you, Glen, taking the offering at MCC Los Angeles, which always took a while because Glen always cried. And he got very emotional and giving his testimony and talking about what MCC had meant to him, what God meant to him in his life. And I remember Glen's favorite hymn was Through It All. And we thought at one time we would rename MCC LA Through It All Metropolitan Community Church, because it kind of felt that way. Glen, I don't even know what to say about probably more than 100 cards I've received from you in my life. Every year on my birthday, every year on Paula and my anniversary, also Paula's birthday. How kind you've been always to remember, often to include a gift in that card. Your generosity, thoughtfulness. The cards were decorated in your own special way, and we always looked forward to seeing those cards and getting them, and treasured that ministry of yours, because it was a ministry of encouragement, of love and support. I will always think of myself, Glen, as your pastor, as one of your many pastors that you've had in your life as part of MCC LA. And I think that I don't remember a time when I came to the church when you weren't ushering or at the door in some way, or running around, or getting the offering plates, or whatever you were doing. I thank you for your service and for your Christian devotion, for your prayers, which I have always treasured, and your friendship. So happy 91st birthday. You're certainly among those great founders of that first generation of Founders MCC. And you're loved and treasured at the church, but also you're loved and treasured from here in Florida and all over the world. God bless you, Glen.